It's day 241.
Of the 29th year and beyond.
So today is the final day to submit your income taxes. Unless by chance you've, what?
Filed an extension?
Filed an extension, yeah. And I was thinking, in marriage, are there deadlines that we come up against? And are there opportunities where we need to maybe file an extension?
Yeah, I think there are deadlines in marriage. Deadlines, some to have children.
That's
Can
a good
definitely
one.
be a deadline.
Can you file an extension?
Yeah, you might not want to.
That's interesting. When you say deadlines, are you talking about as far as a decision upon when you want to have children, or when it's
Biologically more challenging.
Gotcha.
I think
Because there could be both.
I was gonna say I think it could be both.
You know, when we first got married, there was a time frame when we wanted to abstain from having children to have, just kind of be able to have more
Bonding time.
Yeah, But then the more we were bonding without children, it appeared to me, this might not be a bad thing. so, so there was a
Try
time.
to take that.
What? No, you remember? I was like, okay, because we had agreed 5 years.
5 years, yeah.
But like about 3 years in, I was like, okay, I'm starting to get a little older, and if we want to do that child thing, maybe we might want to entertain that now.
That's the story you're gonna stick to.
You don't recall?
No, I remember that was the truth. Yes, it
absolutely.
was.
Because otherwise, you're going to have to file an extension.
Or find another husband, is what he used to tell me.
There you are.
Yeah, I think in marriage though, there are probably more times when people they have a deadline than you would probably be able to remember.
Or file an extension. I mean,
Or file an extension.
What could say? But people starting businesses, people's careers. When you want to be able to be in a house. I mean, acquiring vehicles. There's all kinds of things where there may come a time when it's like, okay, this is the deadline, and you need to act upon it, or it's okay to have an extension in some situations and circumstances.
Yeah.
But it has to be agreed upon. So getting back to the taxes, if you don't file an extension, then there are penalties.
Yes.
So if you come up against a deadline in your marriage and you don't file that extension, are there penalties?
Yeah, there can be penalties.
So, wisdom would dictate meet the deadlines, right?
At least attempt to.
At least attempt to, right.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that you plan to do, whatever it is that you want to obtain, and you give yourself a measurable, attainable deadline, then wisdom would say, work with that.
Right.
But there will come an opportunity where things may not be able to be met by a deadline that you set. And the beauty of that is, who set the deadline? The two of you.
Right.
So you can always renegotiate without any penalties. Because unlike the IRS, the US, us, we get to determine what we want to do, what we don't want to do, and we can also determine to change the game plan without there being any penalties. And that's the wonderful thing about a love relationship versus a relationship that is established by governments.
By governments. Yeah, they don't have any flexibility there.
They choose not to.
Yeah. They do.
So, I don't know whether or not you have met the deadline, if you filed early, or if you filed for an extension, or you were able to get it done by today. However, in your love relationship, just remember, if you agreed upon a deadline, attempt to meet it. But if you don't, it's not the end of the world, and you can always file an extension.
Love it.
Until tomorrow, if the Lord says the same.
Bye.